What's up with you guys, man? This is Juwan Johnson, where I'm about to do a Q&A, and this is going to be awesome. I'm about to show you all these things that have been going on, all the questions that's been asked, and you get to know a little bit about me, a little bit about my story, and that's it. Alright, so the question is, why did I start playing football? How did I get started? How I got started was, so originally I was a track athlete and I was a track star. My dad was a track star, so honestly, football wasn't even in my best interest, and I really didn't like football that much. I quit twice before I actually stuck with it. So they put me on a line my first 2 years, and I was like, man, football is really not cut out for me. So then the third time, I guess it's the charm. So I went out there my third time, and I ended up playing running back. First game, scored twice, and I was like, man, this could really blow up for me. So then I started playing football, really got into it, and that's how it all started, man. I mean, originally it wasn't football, but football just kind of stuck after me playing the line, and I was like, I'm really done with it. And then I just started playing running back because they know I had speed, and then everything just took off from there. All right, so what made me choose Oregon right after Penn State was really in my best interest at this certain time. Obviously, with me getting my master's, there was a brand responsibility program that's new to the program thanks to Deb Morrison, and honestly, it put me in the best situation. Honestly, just being with the best quarterback that's going to be in next year's draft, the team that was coming up, me always being an Oregon Ducks fan, growing up watching Michael James, Demaryius Thomas, and Marcus Mariota. How could I not want to be an Oregon Duck? You know, you see the uniforms, you see the team chemistry, you see the fans going nuts. So me going from Penn State to Oregon, it was kind of like a smooth transition, knowing that both of those places are big on fan base, and I'm not too shy away from knowing how to play in big stages. So being from Penn State and then going to Oregon was a no-brainer to me. It made sense. You know, catching passes from Trace, and then now catching passes from Justin Herbert. I mean, it's really awesome. And it's kind of a story I can tell my grandchildren or my children, that, you know, catching passes from two great quarterbacks is something that a lot of people really haven't done. You guys may know, it's really crazy. My two favorite plays. My two favorite plays is obviously my first career touchdown, which is a game winner in Iowa.
McSorley across the middle, touchdown! Juwan Johnson, Penn State wins it, a walk-off touchdown.
2017 Iowa. It was their night game, and it was pretty insane. It was a tight game the whole time, and it was my first touchdown. And so I went in there, I ran a little post route, a little sting route, and just got across the safety's face and scored, and now that was my memorable celebration. And so that was awesome for me. And obviously the play that went worldwide, I think it was 6 on 100 top plays on one of those YouTube clippings, me catching a one-handed pass.
McSorley steps up, first downfield shot, jump ball, and Johnson goes up and makes a spectacular one-handed catch over Damon Arnett.
And Penn State was our whiteout game against Ohio State, and that was awesome. Just doing that because I practiced that so many times, and finally to do it in the game was like pretty much I don't know how to explain it. It was just so natural, and it happens a lot because I do it all the time in practice, or just warming up, or just playing around with some of my teammates and my friends, because I always did that. And so just doing that and performing that in the game was, bar none, one of the best things that happened to me. All right, so the loudest stadium I've been in has definitely been Penn State. I mean, I know I sound biased, or I sound obviously a no-brainer, or whatever you want to call it, but Penn State has definitely been the loudest stadium I've ever been a part of, and it's honestly just one of the best places to be around if you want to go to a football game, because the fans are pretty crazy. The fans are really into it and things of that nature, and especially those whiteout games are bar none one of the top things or top places you could ever be in all of sports itself. So definitely Penn State, the whiteout game, whether we're playing Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan State, I don't even know, like it's usually Michigan, Ohio State, but just playing those two teams, man, it goes in and out. Those whiteout games, the whiteout games are pretty insane. So it's definitely Penn State. When I knew I had a future in football, I guess I would say my freshman year of high school. I want to say, well, actually my freshman year of high school, I started our championship game. It was a championship game. We were playing a team that was pretty good to say the least. And we went out there, and I had 3 picks. I took one to the house for 99 yards, and then I was so souped in. I think from that moment I was like, man, I think I could really do this thing. And then the year afterwards, I sort of blew up, and people started offering me, and I was like, man, like I don't have my parents paying for college, and that was something that was so memorable, and that's something I could cherish, because that's what you always want to do. You always want to have your family be debt free, and so that's something that it holds true to me, and that's really what I take honor in, and is really going up and really performing and knowing that I had a future in this. All right, so favorite spot. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really have a lot of favorite spots here in Eugene, but I guess my favorite thing to eat is salmon. But my favorite restaurant is definitely Roscoe's Chicken in LA, and that's something that I always have to get every time I'm in LA. Is I gotta get that Roscoe's Chicken and waffles for sure. Get the Obama, get the two waffles with the 2 chicken legs, and you gotta have that thing with some syrup. So, and then massive butter. So I mean, I love the Roscoe's Chicken. It's even making me shake my hands like this all the time, like Birdman. But for sure, it's one of the best places I've ever had. So it's definitely Roscoe's Chicken and waffles. So biggest influence on my life, maybe my career, is my brother George. He was with the New Orleans Saints when that play happened in Minnesota, and that was pretty crazy, pretty wild. But he was playing in that game. He's a defensive end, and so he's one of my bar none most people that I lean on, the person that I lean on the most when it comes to football life. When it comes to whether it's a girl issue or anything like that, and that's somebody that I lean on. And a person that I don't know or doesn't even know me, that has a huge influence on my life is Antonio Bryant. How his work ethic, the way he works, inspires me to work out and do the things I want to do so I can be great, just like him. And so that guy works like nobody else, and that's somebody that I want to work like. I want to work like him. And I don't know if he'll ever hear this, but he's a guy that I want to grow up and work as hard as him and have the results that he's had. And so the debate has happened. I just answered this question what my best moment was in college, and it's either between the one-handed catch and the game-winning catch. Wow. I would definitely say the game-winning one. One-handed catch is something that I do on a regular with my friends, my teammates, just catching the ball. One-handed catches are something that I do. Repetition. That's repetition. And I do it all the time. But that game-winning catch is like a storybook. A storybook. It's so crazy how it happens. I even smile every time I see it because it's so crazy on how things actually pan out, man. And so growing up, and you sort of literally right there on CAA, that's kind of what you make up. And you want to play that at the end of a game. You give that to your creative player or your road to glory player. And you can't even make that up, man. First career touchdown, game-winning fashion. That's something that you can't even make up in a story. I can't even make that up because it's on the film. So definitely the game-winning catch, first career catch. That is my best moment. So favorite activity outside of football, I'm gonna say playing video games. As you see right here, I'm already about to play this game after I get done this. But second to that, it would definitely be reading. Reading is something that stimulates my mind, gets my mind going. It gets me in the right place. It makes me have a different perspective on situations, even life. And so reading books is something that I cherish very much, because the things that it gives you, the outlooks on life and the perspective it gives you is beyond what anyone can give you, a different perspective on what a white person thinks, what a black person thinks, what a gay person thinks, what a woman thinks, what a man thinks. It's so many different things, and so many demographics of what you can get on a perspective. And so definitely reading books is something that I love to do, because it's so many outlets it can take you to. So my expectations from Eugene is definitely just having a good time. I don't want to be too in depth, but obviously last year didn't go as planned. I had drop balls and I was injured, and all these things have happened. Honestly, I just want to have a good time playing football, because I felt like last year I was at a point where I think I was probably going to stop playing football. So definitely just having fun with it, knowing that I can enjoy the game. I can obviously imagine I'm the best player on the field, because that's how you got to think. Best player on the field when I'm having fun with it. That's just how it is. And so no expectations. I don't like putting limits to myself. I don't have any goals or anything like that. My goal, honestly, is just to have fun, enjoy the game, play how it's supposed to be played, and just go out there and do what Oregon has been destined to do for so many years. And so whatever you may think that's in your mind, that's what it shall be. And that's all we have, man. That's really what I'm trying to do. I appreciate y'all tuning in, watching this channel. This is awesome. This is great. Learned a little bit about me, Q&A. This is awesome, so I appreciate you guys. Wonderful.